Sri Lanka, welcome back to the show. Now, before the break, we were speaking to Jehan and Nidra, and that's Jehan Bastian, Nidra Williams, a thespian couple who are here on the show to speak to us about their love of theatre, as well as the journey they've taken so far, as well as a production that they're doing that's coming up next weekend. But before that, I have someone who was very late to get up in the morning today, but he's here on the show, you know. Better late than never, right, Jason?
Really? Really? You want to bring this up in front of everyone? You want to do this right now?
Yeah, let's do this.
Thank you a lot. How's that? Was that good acting?
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
Stud. What a way to wake up in the morning than me showing it off to Amaya.
Yeah? Far better than Amaya.
Oh,
ouch.
What we're going to do is...
Yes, that's right. Go
We're
on.
going to talk about this after the break. When we go for the break. Because, you know, I'm sure that people don't want to see me getting violent on screen right now.
You know, you remind me of a Muppet character if you would get violent. But
Come here. Miss Piggy!
Oh, Lord.
But she's so cool. I love Miss Piggy. She's one of the coolest
exactly.
characters.
She has
in
the
Muppet.
loveliest hair.
Yes.
yes, exactly.
Yes.
Thank you. I know. You know, she's a diva. She works
Of course.
Yeah.
I like Miss Piggy.
Totally.
Absolutely, you should.
I
because
do.
you look like her.
The hair is uncanny.
Lovely.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So moving back to Jay and Ned, during the break we shortened their names down to Jay and Ned. So that's what people actually call you. You're known to most of your friends.
Do they ever say it at the same time? Like, hey, Jay and Ed, how's it going?
Yeah, it's actually Ned and Jay. Ned and Jay. Yeah,
It
but yes.
sort of like, flips around a bit. But yeah.
So we
it
saw
kind
some
of become
pictures
one
of the
word now.
productions you've done so far. What's the craziest one that you've done so far, and the one that really stands out for you?
Wow.
Let's go for craziest first, and then really stands out second.
Tom, Dick and Harry? Probably.
Yeah, okay.
One of the craziest ones. Because we did it with a young cast, hitherto unknown. And several of them have gone on to become sort of stars almost in a very small English theatre scene.
Yeah.
The most successful play we've done has been Yes, Honourable Minister. We've done countless number of times. And it's always pulled in the audiences. So, yeah, it's been a success that way.
Now, I'm really curious. Tom, Dick and Harry, what was that show all about? What?
It's about these three brothers. I know
Tom,
the
Dick
theme
and
has
Harry,
been done in Bollywood, all over the place, but it's similar theme.
Yeah.
So Thomas Kerwood, Dick Kerwood, and Harry Kerwood, Tom, Dick and Harry. Yeah, it's a bag of laughs.
Yes, and the most funny thing, because this is something I hear coming out of my mom's mouth every single day. You want to go gallivanting with Tom, Dick and Harry. Like, this is like every Sri Lankan mom says
I know.
this exact same thing.
Yeah, my mom said it as well. I thought that was dated, but obviously not.
No, sorry.
That's recycled and reused all the time, I think.
Turning around.
But I saw that play actually. I was in the audience before I knew the both
You
of
must
you
have
as
been
well.
a wee small lass.
No, not exactly. A very wee small, but pretty wee.
Yeah.
That was a really great comedy. I had a lot of laughs then. But comedies seem to be what you keep going back to, right? Do you really?
Yes and no.
Okay.
We like the comedy genre, and I think we are reasonably good at it now because we've done it over and over again in different plays. It's not the only thing we want to do. I think this year, though, we have moved reasonably away from comedy.
Our usual genre.
Which is sort of fast. When you say comedy, these are sort of actually fast, to actually pull back to drawing room comedies into other
genres. Like we did the Secret Life of Sherlock Holmes.
Sherlock Holmes' Secret Life,
That's
Wow.
right.
That sounds so interesting.
That one was
that
fun.
is quite dark.
It's a bit different from our
mystery
usual genre.
so
and then Christmas Witch, which is a family musical. It's got a little bit. It's got comedy. We can't do a play without a little bit of comedy.
And especially when it's a Christmas play, right?
Right.
Yeah, and it's to do with family and
the reindeer.
and the reindeer. So
She's one.
Yeah, she played.
Yes.
I keep mentioning
everyone has
this entire month.
realized
Yeah.
that you're a reindeer.
I am a reindeer.
Reindeer, yeah.
But I'm having a lot of fun with it. And
There
the
you
other
go.
reindeer are very
But
nice.
she's a Miss Piggy-ish reindeer.
I am actually.
Ish.
I do a lot of. Wait, I'm going to wait till the camera cuts to me. I do a lot of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the hair.
Okay,
obviously helps.
Shaniqua.
Huh?
Shaniqua.
Yeah.
You just said
Yeah.
Shaniqua.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
really Shaniqua. That's right.
Yeah,
Yep.
I do
that's
that.
what- yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that's what he said.
But I think just to come back to the question, I mean, we'd like to do serious theatre, but one of the big constraints is that audiences want comedy. They want lighter productions rather than the very serious stuff, because it's difficult to get audiences in, and unlike some of the other theatre companies, we don't work on sponsorships. We just put in the money to the production, and then pray on our knees every day that the audience buy tickets, because if they don't, we'll be out of pocket. So that's how we do sort of theatre.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest problem facing sort of amateur theatre in Sri Lanka right now, isn't it?
Sponsorships.
Sponsorships.
I mean, corporates are, well, what shall I say, reluctant to sponsor. I don't know whether you can, get tangible returns on your investment. So it's not easy to attract a sponsorship. And then because of that, and it's such a hassle and a long process that we tend to sort of say, okay, let's try and do it on our own, and let's try and sell tickets and make our money, because we're not looking at theatre really to make money. We love it. There's a team around us of people who really love theatre. They get involved, and no one gets paid. We just have a good time. We eat a lot.
And as do I.
There you are. Yes, it's a nice pastime.
Yes, it is. Yes, it really is.
Absolutely.
Adds a whole other dimension to the entire theatre.
Exactly. Now you've got me thinking of breakfast.
Yes, that is very true.
That is.
Whole roti.
Full roti or something.
Anything right now.
And that cup of coffee that you have is your theme. That doesn't help either.
Do you actually do the
Serve
coffee
that
here? Like
to us at the end of the show, that cup of coffee.
Well, you see,
since you mentioned it,
MTV's coffee is like it's specially brewed just for us.
Yeah.
And the problem is, the producers say that it's so good that the public might just be mad at us, so we don't bring it on the show because it's that good.
What a shame.
That's
unfortunately.
the thing.
But if we promise not to tell anyone.
Oh, you get some of that coffee. Now you will.
All right.
Going from the coffee back to theatre. But theatre, I mean, coffee is definitely a part of theatre. I mean, there are so many late nights and a lot of extra work that goes into it. You have your 9-to-5 job as well.
Yes.
So how do you balance the both of it? I mean,
I don't know the answer to that.
I don't know. I don't know whether we actually do balance, and if we do, I don't know how we do it. But we seem to have.
Because I'm guessing because this is obviously something that you're really passionate about, that everything just falls into place the way you want it to.
It doesn't always fall into place. There's a lot of kicking, screaming, and me being a total diva too. Or I can do a mean Miss Piggy when I want to. Yes, and Nidra will nudge me and say, that's enough. So, but it's a bit tough. I mean, because we've got a company to run, which is a sort of day jobs, the ones that actually
pay the bread and margarine,
and pays the bills. And then we've got theatre, and we've got a lot of guys around us also who do the same. They work 9 to 5, and then they come here and they're working till maybe 12 in the night at a rehearsal, at a post rehearsal production meeting. So there's a lot happen. It's all volunteer, so you've got to manage all of that as well. But it's fun, and most of our friends are in the theatre circle. The people who work with us, like Amaya here.
I'm being ranked on this show is what I'm being. Everyone on that particular sofa right there is ganging up against me.
So I don't think there's room for the two of us on the sofa, but I join you there, and then we can,
we can stay here.
I mean, poor me.
It's the sofa thing.
If you do feel sorry for Amaya, do send us a Facebook message. Or not.
Okay. That's www.facebook.com/Good Morning Sri Lanka. Please feel sorry for me. Send a message on Facebook.
All right.
Right, I should be checking Facebook in a little while.
Right. Let me ask you this now. For me, I'm really interested in film.
Okay.
Does film ever inspire you when it comes to writing your plays or getting a play done?
I mean,
what would you say your favorite films are that have so far inspired you in your favorite films in your theater?
some of our favorite films, and I'm sorry if I'm answering for you, probably may not have inspired some of the plays we've done,
Right.
but we've certainly drawn on a lot of the movies we've seen. In when we write skits, or when we, for example, do a scene, we will draw on so many different movies. I mean, ranging from the Narnia series for this particular play, the Narnia series, to the Santa Claus musicals, to Lion King. There's a little bit of some of the scenes are based on, or well, we've drawn on Lion King. To plays we've seen both here and overseas, all of that. The only thing is that sometimes with movies, because they're shot and on film and they're done in segments, it's a bit difficult sometimes to bring it in wholesale, but certainly some concepts. For my biggest dream would be to do a play on the Lord of the Rings.
You just
I've got the
made
sword.
his day.
Oh, really?
I will buy 100 tickets just so I could have the first few rows.
I've got Anduril, the sword. A real replica sword.
He has a replica. I've seen it. I've held it in my hands, Jason.
This is amazing.
It's amazing.
I've got so
I
many,
don't know,
like
I don't
every
know.
single actor and person that's been here in the studio, I've got them to do something about Lord of the Rings. For example, we had Gollum the past week, and he played.
So
Really?
Chaturanga, who is a Peterite, and he's
fellow?
part of
That
that
fellow?
fellow. He's part of a theatre group called Q on Stage,
Oh, okay.
and done by a lady called Ranga,
Yeah.
and they were on the show, and then Jason got him to do an imitation of
Gollum, wow.
and he did a fantastic job.
Oh,
actually.
okay.
I think I would be a pretty dope Legolas if you ever did this Lord of the Rings. I
Right.
say I have this elvish look.
Yeah, right.
Actually,
He thinks.
I was hoping to do Legolas myself, but
Yeah, sure. I could always go as Frodo, Baggins. That's fine.
Both of you are going to fight for Legolas, and I'm just going to go for Owen.
Okay.
Or I'll go as what's his face?
Moving away from.
I'll be an Ent, I think,
I hope all our, for those of you who don't know about Lord of the Rings, they're fighting over which characters they want to be on Lord of the Rings. But
As long as I get to hold the sword, actually,
At some point.
and say this is mine.
But you have it. You literally have the sword.
yeah, it's
No
hung on
way.
the wall there.
Well, I can bring it on the show.
I would love to see that.
Okay.
But
Sorry.
until that dream of Jason's can come
Yes,
true,
yes.
and I keep doing this though, I keep bringing us back to these questions.
We keep going somewhere else.
Keep going on a whole other tangent on this show, on the show this morning, but that's all right. It's fun.
We tend to do that a bit.
Yeah, makes life happening. But
course.
going on to the actors you've worked with and some of the people that you've met, I mean, actors over some time tend to develop certain nasty habits as well. So, what are the things that you find that actors develop which are not great habits and which are hard to work with?
I shall let you take this one.
Heavens. All right. Nasty habits.
On the
okay.
spot there, Anidra. But you don't need to name names.
No.
Just in general, things that tend to happen.
One thing I can think of, I don't know, I can't term it as a nasty habit, but sometimes what happens is that an actor can get a little lazy and get typecast and stick to the casting. So if they find he or she typecast in a particular role for a while, you find that they think, okay, this is what I can handle, therefore let me do it and I will be happy here,
And sometimes they're not willing to come out of that.
And they're not willing to come out. So that's sad for the actor as well.
As the production.
Because I've seen some very, very talented people out there who have sort of like, cut short their own abilities by doing that. So maybe that's something that I can just think at the top of my head. But
So if you're always cast as a diva, you sort of tend to stick to the role of the diva all the time. Or